Over 150 U.S. citizens flee the war zone in Yemen, but thousands more remain trapped, with Washington so far unable to launch a rescue mission. While diplomats seek a long-term peace deal for eastern Ukraine, on RT International we report on the humanitarian crisis left by a year of conflict. And interpreters who worked for the British Army in Afghanistan say they are living under constant threat from the Taliban, with just a small fraction of them granted asylum in the UK. .00 here in Moscow. This is RT International with me, Rory Souchet. From all of us here, welcome to your headlines. More than 120,000 people have been displaced in Yemen, this since the start of the Saudi bombing campaign last month, and this all according to the very latest UN data. Foreign nationals continue to flee the war zone, including 150 Americans in the past 2 days. They were whisked out of the country on Russian and Indian ships. But there are still, though, thousands more U.S. citizens still stuck in Yemen, and they are demanding action from Washington.
I mean, I hear everything that goes on. We hear gunshots, we hear bombs, we hear airstrikes. I've been at home stuck for like two weeks now, right now, and we basically don't leave the house. I feel like they treated us like a second-class citizens or like nobody.
I am stuck, like you could say, I'm in the middle of Yemen. There's like a 5 hours drive from here to Sana'a, and there is no transportation, there is no gas here. We can't even go anywhere.
The State Department has said that it does not yet have a plan in place to evacuate its citizens from Yemen, and at least one American civilian has already been killed in the conflict. Jamal al-Abani died after being hit by shrapnel in the port city of Aden, which has turned into a battlefield since Houthi rebels stormed the area. He is survived by his daughter and pregnant widow, who are still trapped in Yemen. And earlier in the program, I spoke with his cousin, Mohammed al-Azani.
There is not just my family, there's thousands of others that are still trapped there. Those who went to Yemen are actually, they have families there. I mean, if someone's mother or father is in Yemen, you have to go visit them once in a blue moon. Even if there is a recommendations of danger, I mean, it's not prohibited. They didn't break the law to be punished this way.
Certainly there's been a wave of backlash here. Several individuals and human rights organizations are now saying they will sue the U.S. government for refusing to evacuate Americans from Yemen. Perhaps you or your family, you might decide to take this route as well.
Oh, definitely. Pretty much the whole community. I mean, if our government are not doing anything, we have to push more for an action. They have to take this issue really seriously. I mean, we're thinking if it was somewhere else in a Europe country or another developed country, they will definitely take it more seriously. I don't know if it's more of like a racial issue, but I mean, we feel that we were neglected, and they have to take it more seriously. And
well, you bring in the issue of negligence here. Certainly, it's raising some eyebrows. For example, China and India have been rescuing nationals from Yemen. Even Somalia's been going in there doing military extractions. America, with the most powerful military in the world, why is it not fishing out the rest of its citizens?
Well, actually, we had the same exact question for them, and we haven't any answer. We haven't got any answers yet.
Meanwhile, the U.S. State Department has been fielding questions on why there has been no evacuation of American citizens from Yemen. Have a listen.
My question is that if you go walk downstairs, the state, there's a sign that says, the State Department's biggest or highest single responsibility is the protection of American citizens.
Absolutely. That's why we have been telling them not to go to Yemen.
Does that mean that you no longer believe that you have an obligation or a responsibility to
not at all. But that's why we are providing information about opportunities for American citizens to leave Yemen.
In the past 3 weeks of deadly fighting across Yemen has claimed the lives of at least 70 children. That's according to UNICEF. Meantime, in the capital, youngsters have actually been taking matters into their own hands, gathering outside the United Nations office in a call for peace.
بنسمع جوارح وقنابل ومضادات وصواريخ وإحنا بنفتجع. إننا أطفال اليمن تعلمنا كيفية الصمود والصبر وكيفية الحفاظ على أرضنا وعدم التفريط فيها.
Yeah, we heard from Julian Harness from UNICEF about the dangers facing Yemen's most vulnerable citizens.
In any conflict, children need to be protected. Civilian infrastructure, schools and hospitals should neither be targeted by parties to the conflict. Children are getting killed in all parts of the country, be it as a result of airstrikes or falling anti-aircraft munitions, or street fighting in Aden. There's very little fuel available in the country, which means moving goods around Yemen is very difficult, but it's also dangerous. It doesn't matter how much assistance we and others bring in. We have a country of 26 million in Yemen, and if commercial ships are not able to bring food and fuel to run generators, electricity, water systems, health systems, in a country which imports most of its food, if that doesn't happen, we will never be, as humanitarians, be able to make up for that.